Quiet on the set. We're going live. We're going live. Now we're going live. We already live. Hey, it's your girl, Pastor Stacy. And
hey, how you doing, Mother Harry? We are back for another live discussion.
Yes, thank you guys for joining us this evening. And this evening, we're talking about stocks. Let's talk about stocks, baby. Let's make some money for you and me. I got bars, y'all hear that?
Please like and share. Everyone that come on, to our guests, to all our friends and associates, please like and share. Hopefully you'll hear something on this evening that can be a blessing financially into your life.
Yes, and we want to tell you some of the ins and outs about stock and stock trading. There's a plethora of platforms and apps out there, but two of the ones that we want to talk about today is M1 Financing and Robinhood. And I know, like myself, many of us have had a million of questions about stocks, but you don't know who to ask, especially you don't want to ask nobody that's going to try to sell you something, right? And then you don't know where to go. It seems so big and scary, but these guys that are on here tonight are going to be able to give you information to get you started. I'm telling you, you could get started tonight if you wanted to. And it's real. It's not as scary and it's not as big and scary as you would think it is. So that's why we're here tonight, so that we, our community, can tap into getting some of those stocks. And I look at it as, I feel like I'm investing in me. And when I spend money at the stores that I got stock in, I feel like I'm making money by spending money.
Right. That's right.
So let's get started. And our first guest this evening is Ellisworth Charles. And I know
everybody. How's everybody tonight?
Everybody say good.
I'm good.
What part of Virginia are you in? I know you guys are in Virginia.
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Yep. And tell us some of the stuff that you and your beautiful wife do.
We basically do work. We work and we have a couple of businesses, and we invest in stocks, and we travel, and that's basically what we do, and just enjoy life while we have it.
Amen. Because it's not promised all this stuff that was going on last year. But y'all see him talking, we got a couple businesses.
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Yeah. All right, and our next guest is Mr. Marshall. He's working now, making that money. Come on, introduce yourself, Mr. Marshall, if you can.
Hello, everybody. I am Marshall. I do not have multiple businesses. I have one.
Okay, that's good.
I am a transportation manager supervisor for a multi-million-dollar nationwide logistics firm, and we probably see on my shirt. And I am an investor. I invest in the stock market, and I'm definitely here to give as much of what's in my brain to the people who want to know.
Thank you. So are you able to share? All right.
Yes, I'm liking it. I'm sharing now. We got a few people on, so please.
Right. Thank you guys for joining us, and get ready with your questions. As Kason said, like and share, because I'm sure you got somebody that may have questions that you have, and you want them to be able to get in on this plethora of information that we're going to share tonight. Now, guys, Ellisworth, let me start with you. Yeah. Ellisworth, I met him in, 2019. We were actually in Dubai. Yes, girl, North Philly, 15 feet York was in Dubai. And I had an opportunity to sit with this young man, and I was telling him how, yes, I want, instead of giving my children, buying them Jordans and PlayStations for their birthday, I wanted to get them some stock. I want them to have, you know, generational wealth. I want to leave them with something tangible. And me and the kids had sat down and we started writing down some stuff that we wanted to invest in, you know, like McDonald's and Jordans and Nike and stuff like that. And it was like, okay, so where do we start? So I did a little investigation online and it just seemed so big. You know, when you look at the stock market and the Dow Jones and you see the people on TV, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, who's going to buy, sell. You're like, oh my God, what do I do? So he shared his nuggets with me that he's going to share with you guys tonight.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
All right. As I said, the stock market is a big pie. You can basically pick any stock that you want and invest in it. We go to the supermarkets and we see all these items on the shelves, and we can basically have these items as our stocks. Why buy them and we can invest in them? We are consumers and not investors. So we need to become more investors than consumers, because that's where you make the money at. So the basic thing is that you get an app, whether it's with Fidelity, it could be with M1 Finance, it could be with Charles Schwab, it could be with
I think it's one called Publix. I seen one called Publix.
yeah, there's so many, and you just open these apps. The phone that you got, this phone right here is a knowledge. It's called a smartphone for a reason.
Help us
It
be
got
smart.
everything that you want in it. If you want to find out about anything, you just go to this phone right here and you can find anything. So you have the knowledge right here. So you got to use this knowledge right here. It's not like back in the 80s, we didn't have the knowledge like we have now.
Right.
You know, we had to go to the library. This is our library right here.
Right. The kids don't know nothing about that.
It's not even going anywhere. So why not use the technology to benefit us, you know, to make us have some money? You know, we put the money in the bank. The bank is only giving us what, 0.010%, making about $20 or $10 a year.
A year.
And they still take that same, you put $1,000 in the bank, and the bank gonna take that same money, invest it into the stock, and make triple what they're gonna give you. So they're making more money off of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and that's something that we need to learn, because grandmama and them would hide the money under the mattress. And then mom and them said, no, mom and dad said, no, we ain't going to hide it under the mattress. We're going to put it in the bank. And we think that we're going to gain wealth with it in the bank, you know, and that doesn't happen. Because like you said, $1,000 and we might get $10 off of it after a year.
Right. And the bank make $300 in a day off of $1,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure one of the questions that people want to ask, so how do I get started? Do I need a whole bunch of money? Do I need thousands of dollars to get started?
No, you could have at least $10. You can start with $10. You can start with $500. You can start with $50. You know, you can buy partial. You don't have to buy even the full share of the stock. You can buy partial of that stock. You know, if you want to buy $1 worth of it, you can buy $1 worth of it.
All right, getting $1 worth of it, would that be the same thing like the penny stocks? That
No.
what's the name of that movie?
No.
The
It's
Wolf.
called fractional
The Wolf of
shares.
Wall Street.
Wall Street Wolf.
Yeah.
If I get penny stocks, they gonna steal my pennies.
Jordan Belfort, The Wolf of Wall
That's how they
Street.
get the money.
Can you help us to understand? Because we have a lot of people that's tuning in right now that are not technical savvy. and may not have the full understanding of the benefits of having, investments, stocks and bonds, because we don't realize how long this can turn into a generational blessing.
Right.
It's so many people of other cultures has been doing this for generations, and this is why other people, grandkids and kids are living
off the dividends.
That's life. Off of the dividends.
off of what their grandmom and great grandma and pop did way before they was even born.
Yes, it passed on to generation.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just passing on bills.
Right, exactly.
Right. So you said that it's stuff in the supermarket. If we see stuff in the supermarket, we can invest in that. What are some of the things that we would want the people to know that they can go in the supermarket and see and start investing in?
You can invest in Johnson & Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You can invest in Clorox.
Yes, Clorox. We got Clorox.
You could invest in Apple if you want to. I don't know if they got apples. I'm trying to figure out what else stock they got. Pfizer.
One of my next investments going to be is in toilet paper.
And toilet paper, right? Yes.
Wish we had that already. Toilet paper every time.
Because that's something people need to use. Because don't nobody want to wipe their behind.
They ain't going nowhere. Coca-Cola, Pepsi.
Yes.
Yes, these are companies that are not going anywhere. They're going to be here for years. Warren Buffett has invested in these companies for years and made billions off of them. But we just, as I said, we just didn't know when they were like $2 a stock. Now they're like $200 a stock. If we'd have bought them at $2 a stock and they just sit there for 10 years, we would have been up there in the hundreds and thousands of dollars. But we didn't know. We just didn't know.
We didn't know. And that cliche that knowledge is power is so true, because now that we know, we got the power. And I know one of the things that you helped me with, you was like, oh, just make a list of everything that you like. So when I came home, I had my kids sit down and they thought I was crazy. I was like, all right, we're going to write down 100 things that we like and that we're going to invest in. I love Walmart. I don't care what y'all say. So my penny's going to Walmart. And my son still eat McDonald's. We try not to do fast food, but he still eat McDonald's. I said the sneakers. You sit at the supermarket, McCormick, the seasoning salt.
Seasoning. Yeah.
Clorox. We've been using Clorox forever. My grandmother told us if it don't smell like bleach, it ain't clean.
It ain't clean.
Gain soap powder.
I wish Amazon wasn't so high.
Oh my goodness.
You can buy Amazon, partial share of Amazon. You can buy $5 of Amazon. You can buy $10 of Amazon. You don't have to buy the full share if you don't have it. You can just partially put in money until you get the full share.
And I looked it up. As of today, a full share at Amazon is $3,200, $3,279.
Yes, it is.
That's for Amazon.
I got a question from Desmond Fisher, and he's asking, Stash, Acorns, Robinhood, which one is the best?
I basically don't like Acorns because I don't like to give a fee to hold my money. If every month I got to pay you $1 to hold my money, that's an extra $1 that I could have been put into my account. That's $12 a month, or $12 a year. And that adds up after a while.
Yes.
So I basically like the M1 Finance. I like the free ones that give you, just the free option, and you can just put your money into the account and you don't have to worry about no fees. I just don't like fees.
Yes. So guys, listen, there are a bunch of commission-free trading platforms out there, and there's a lot that's for beginners. Like we said, Robinhood, Webull, First Trust, Public, and M1 Finances. Now, we're not endorsing any of them because they're not paying us. We just letting you know what's out there, and we don't want to pay no fees. So we use Commission-free trading.
What about this Acorn that Desmond Fisher had asked about?
Well, Acorn basically is an app that you attach to your debit card or your debit card, and every time that you swipe it, if the account comes up to $1.50, it rounds it up to the nearest dollar. So the extra 50 cents will go into Acorn. So
But Acorn charges.
if you buy something for $1.25, 75 cents is going to be going to the app because it's going to round it up to the next dollar.
Desmond Fisher was saying that he wasn't aware of the fees. So, I don't think everybody that's,
No, everybody's not aware of the fees. Correct.
Yes, be careful. Be careful. They'll get you with them fees.
Yes, it's $1. If I'm correct, it's $1 a month.
My man said back in the day, don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Yes.
All right. So Marshall put me down. He has a platform on social media, on Facebook, where he talks about stocks. And he was just going on and on about Boeing. And Boeing stock, he was like, if it dropped down to $1.25, I'm gonna get some. So I chimed in and was like, is $1.25 good? And he was like, yes, when it's usually 200. I was like, even in a pandemic. So I went back and I did my research. It was like, okay, then I'm gonna follow you. If you buy some, I'm gonna buy some. So I think it was me, him, Denise, and a couple other people that just kept watching it every day until we jumped on it. So Marshall, tell us a little bit about Robinhood and how you start doing it.
Well, first of all, hello, everybody. I hope you're doing well and wearing your mask. So Robinhood is a brokerage, just like Webull, just like M1 Finance. And I don't know if you can see me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm looking and it's not popping up. So before I get into, I guess, Robinhood, one of the most important things I want to tell people is do your research on the companies that you invest in. Correct. Don't just arbitrarily, because the stock like GameStop is hot right now, that you can invest in. Do your research. And I know it's time consuming. I know it may not be the most exciting part of investing, but the research is more important than the fad right now. So do your research.
Wait, what do you mean by research? What will we be looking for if we're doing research?
So for me personally, I'm not a stockbroker at all. So for me personally, doing your research will always how stable the company is. Okay, so you want to look at the management. You want to look at their profit and loss. You want to look at their future. You want to look at their quarterly reports. I know, again, it sounds a lot, but if you want to be successful, you want to diversify your portfolio, you want to know about these companies because you're going to be putting your hard-earned cash into these companies. You shop at Walmart, you shop at Nike, you know everything about Nike, so you have trust in them. Me, I use Boeing as an example all the time. There are only 2 airline manufacturers on God's blue green earth right now. One is Boeing, and the other one is Airbus, okay? Airbus is European, Boeing is American. I did my research on Boeing. Boeing is not going to fail, okay? They get 30% of their income from the United States government. They sell airplanes, military and commercial airplanes all across the globe. That's what I mean about doing your research on a company, figuring out what their position is in various markets, how strong they're going to be, what their future is looking like, and how they are now. Boeing last year was trading close to $400 a share. Right now, I looked earlier, it's about $190 something a share. You're going to be getting Boeing right now half off. But guess what? In the next, there you go, you winning. In the next 5 years, depending on if the pandemic continues, if another airplane unfortunately crashes, it may go down or it may go up. You never know. It's a gamble. Excuse me. But I was able at one point to make thousands of dollars off of a trade that I only paid $119 for. I paid $119, $120 for however many shares of Boeing. I sold it for $220. So I made double what I purchased it. It's about knowing. Now, granted, You're not going to be a guru. You won't know what the market is going to do. So you got to try to get on it. If you're going to short sell, and here's a good piece of advice for you
I don't like
when
short
it
sell.
pertains to taxes. If you keep your stocks in your brokerage firm for over a year, 366 days, you cut your capital gains tax just about in half. Okay. So if you leave it in there for 364, 365 days, you're going to get taxed the highest when it comes to capital gains tax, which, if I'm not mistaken, is over 15%. I could be wrong. You keep it in there for 366 days, the 366 day, automatically your tax, your capital gains tax is cut in half. So that's another thing. A lot of people need to understand, even with investments, unless it's at a loss and you're selling for a profit, you need to put taxes aside. So do not
So
forget.
we don't have to worry about taxes until we get ready to sell it. If it's just sitting there, we're fine.
Just about. You still, if I'm not mistaken, you still have to report. You still have to report these, but again, until you're selling it, you don't have to worry about Uncle Sam right now. Now, if you're getting into it, if you sell it at a loss, I mean, that's something different. It should come in as a tax deduction because you sold something at a loss. You put money into it, you lost money out of it. So you can claim that. But again, this is only for those who are going to, I'm a long-term investor. I'm short-term when I need money, but I'm a long-term investor. So the brother brought up Pfizer. I was able to buy Pfizer before Pfizer was giving out their vaccine. So I kind of was blessed that I haven't touched Pfizer. And for anybody, I always prefer that you get stocks that bring dividend. Pfizer is one of those stocks that gives you dividend, okay? Meaning you get money back for just holding the stock. And if you hold enough of that share or that stock or that trade, of that share or that stock, you're able, obviously, to make enough money, hopefully, to sustain yourself. But I was blessed enough to get it when it was only at 30 something a share, you know what I mean, a little below that. And now, Pfizer is it's Pfizer. So it's all about
So is dividends better than getting the money back?
Dividend is getting the money back.
It's good money getting back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The dividend, you get the money. So prime example, it's like if I bought into your business, Stacy Sweetcent, hey Marsh, give me $1,000 to invest in my company. You're going to get a return of this every month or every quarter or annually. That's how it is.
Okay.
I'm investing. I believe for Pfizer is 0.1% a dividend that you get in return, depending on how their profits look. So if they were profitable, the more profitable they are, the more dividend that you get in return. The less profitable they are, they either cut the dividend or they don't give you dividend or the lower the dividend is. So dividend means free money back in a sense for holding the stock. Okay. So if you buy the stock.
One of our viewers is asking the question. They were saying with the Robinhood, they said Robinhood charge fees too, or is Robinhood free?
It's free.
Robinhood is free. Robinhood is free, but you do get a maintenance free. Granted, nothing in the world is free, but air right now, right?
So but it is a free trading platform.
Right. The trades are free. So the trades themselves are free. You're commission free. Always go for commission free. Charles Schwab, they don't do commission free. TD Ameritrade, they don't do commission free. But the apps, M1 Finance, I think does commission free. Webull maybe do commission free. I don't do Acorn, but I do. I'm straight. There's a lot going on in their platforms. So they give you all the pertinent information.
Have you ever thought about being a CPA?
No, I'm not that good at math, but I have a good mouthpiece, but no, I'm not that good at math. But I will always say get a certified public accountant to go over your investments. Believe it or not, a lot of what you do as a human is tax deductible. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of what you do as a human is tax deductible. You put gas in your car, it's tax deductible. You buy stocks and you sell it at a loss, it's tax deductible. If I could be wrong, you get a haircut, it's tax deductible. Again, I'm not a CPA. But a lot of things that what you do, no, seriously, if you get a haircut or you drive somewhere, it's tax deductible. Because at the end of the day, you have to maintain your life. So if you put gas in your car to go to work, it's a part of work. It's tax deductible. It's better off actually if you are a business. So Marshall Lane is Lane Equity Group LLC. So if I go out to dinner, it's tax deductible. This was a business meeting, So I mean, I could be circumventing some tax laws right now, but
Don't say that in a public
Don't say it out
platform.
loud. The FBI.
No,
is watching.
it's a loophole. No. See,
They are
here's the thing.
loopholes.
This is what Black people don't, as Black folk, we have to tell people this, because circumventing, this is a loophole that you could take advantage of. I want people to do that. You're supposed to circumvent. That's what multinational billion-dollar companies do. They
Yes.
circumvent the tax code. They find the loopholes and they take advantage of it. So I want people to take advantage of it. That's why I said something as small as little as knowing your tax rate. So when you put your investments in, you know how long to keep them in. Something like that. Knowing when to sell at a loss and getting it as a refund or as a rebate.
Okay, then I got a question for both of you guys, talking about selling with a gain or a loss. I know Ellsworth, when you showed me mine, you was like, just invest enough money that you don't have to worry about it. You told me that in June, I think July, August, we went and I started off with my $100 and just left it there. And then I got some money, I think for my birthday, so I put a couple more dollars in, and I don't even go back and check it because I don't want to be tempted to use it. Okay. But with the Robinhood one, I have that one on my phone because, again, I'm always seeing people talk about it on Facebook and stuff like that. So I'll be wanting to go back to see. So what would you say? Well, I guess a good question would be, I put $100 in, how long is it going to take me to become a millionaire?
Oh, you just can't put $100 in and expect to become a millionaire in a couple of months. It's going to take, you got to keep putting money into the pots. Every time you get a little extra money, you keep putting the money in, and that money is going to grow. The more
would
you
it
put,
be better?
the more it grows. So
instead of putting my money in a savings account and a CD, what they call certificate of deposit, that's going to give me $5 after 6 months, it would be better to go ahead and invest it?
I wouldn't say exactly that, but I would basically say, as long as you got 6 months of expenditures, savings, you have enough money saved for emergency. I think after that, once you got emergency money and all your bills are paid, most of all your bills are paid.
I say all my bills is paid.
Please make sure you're not in debt, and then you could take that money and put it in and let it ride. Put it in and wait. Don't look at the stock market like when it goes red. When the stock market goes red, you're supposed to be happy, because that's when you go to a store and you see everything in red, you go happy, right? You see, oh, it's on sale. Oh, I'm gonna get 5 of these. I want these. This. It's the same thing as the stock market. When you go into the stock market and it's red, you can buy more for your money.
Okay.
Then, if the stock is $200 for one stock, and then it jumps down to $100, and you have $200, you can buy 2 stock for that $200. But if the stock is $200, you only can buy one stock. Right. So then it's going to rise back up, and then by the time it rises back up, you're going to double, triple your money.
So when pretty much the more stocks you buy, the more opportunities you have to receive something back off of it.
Yes. The more, yes, you got to keep on putting it in there.
So I go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to make it clear. I want to make it clear for everybody. First, I want to hit with Desmond, because Desmond is asking a lot of questions. First, no one is shooting down Acorn. We are specifically speaking on M1 and Robinhood, but to answer your question about Acorn charges $1 a month commission free. It is not FDIC insured, unlike the other apps. And most importantly, it's something that, in my personal belief, if it's not FDIC insured, I really shouldn't be dealing with it. I need to
explain that
money.
for the people that don't know. I know why, but explain FDIC, why that's important.
So the FDIC pretty much is a federal insurer. It's like a bank, okay? You put your money in the bank, your money is insured up to $250,000 at that branch, okay? Same thing with any of these apps. If you put your money, well, not all of them, you put your money in Robinhood, your money is insured by the FDIC or something similar to it, meaning if you lose your money, they will repay your money, okay? That's
So
all
it's
that is,
insurance
just
on your
insurance.
money.
Right.
Money
Acorn,
insurance.
Acorn is not FDIC insured whatsoever. The second part, what he said about putting more money, is a market, but it's a different market than your supermarket. The stock market is very volatile, okay, especially now. So you can go into the New York Stock Exchange, you can go to the S&P, you can go to Nikkei average. All of it is very volatile. So you could put as much money as you want to into it, but if you don't, let me say this to you. Investing is 90% mental, okay? You need to have the mentality to keep your money in and not be a punk when the stock market is going down, okay? Because people pour money in. Everyone thinks the stock market means you pour money and you're going to gain. I've lost more money last year than I gained in the stock market. That's how you learn, okay? You will lose. So don't think because you pour money into your stock market, into your account, meaning, oh, I'm going to look at gains. Now, during this unprecedented time, it's very possible for you to put money in the stock market to go up and you make money. But again, I'm not a CPA, but that's why I was trying to explain to people, you can short sell, but your taxes are going to be higher, okay? So in a sense, you're not really, unless your margins are huge, you're not going to be really making too much money, okay? So that's why I say, try to keep your money in the stock market for a year. You have to be mentally prepared, okay? Financially prepared to invest in the stock market. Be prepared to lose your money. I lost $2,000 and I was upset. Like, that's $2,000. You know what I mean? Like, down the drain, going. It went from $2,500 to $495 overnight. Now, I wanted to take my little bit of $495 out of the account. I was crying, like, this is my money. I had to be smart. And now it's not at $2,500 like it was before, but it's over $1,000. Now, if I would have took that when it was only $490 something, I would have been more upset because now it's back up to $1,000. It's volatile. That's why I say do your research on your company. Don't just randomly invest in anything. Research, okay? So if anyone asks Marshall right now, what company would he invest in? Pfizer, any IPO, initially public traded offering. So Pfizer, Boeing, and Airbus. Those are my three that I know enough about personally. Now, if you don't have to invest in them, if you don't got the money, you ain't got it. I understand. You can also do optional. You can also do options. But again, the goal is to gain experience and not just to get rich. Okay, so you gain experience through losing sometimes. So I'm gonna want to end it on this. Investing is mental. Okay, if you're going to pull your money out the very next day, there's no need for you to be in the stock market. Okay, if you're gonna, you know, be a little punk, keep your money in your pocket and buy commodities, buy gold, buy silver, buy something that will maintain its value. But if you don't feel like the stock market is for you, you're going to take your money out when you lose it. Hey, have a seat on the couch because it ain't for you. It ain't for you.
That is correct.
All right, I was looking at some of the stock sectors, and it was finance, energy and water, consumer goods, technology and media, merchandising and material. Where would IPO? Is that something? Is that a different sector, or would that fall into one of those categories?
So IPO. Go ahead, sir. My bad.
Go ahead.
No. You got it. I've been talking enough.
No, there are 11 sectors in the market.
Okay.
There's the energy sector, there's the financial sector, there's the real estate sector, there's the information technology sector, there's the healthcare sector, the material sector, the utility sector, consumer staples sector, the consumer discretionary sector, the industrial sector, communication sector. Those are the 11 sectors.
Okay.
Right? And you know what the energy is. Those would be oil. So if you want to be in the oil, that would be the energy sector.
Yes.
Right? If you want to be in the financial sector, that would be the bank sector. Any bank, those are financial sectors. Real estate, you know, the real estate sector, the malls and all those are real estate sectors.
Okay.
So I got a question.
Yes.
in the oil sector. Is that affecting why the gas is going up now?
Um,
It's not a
I don't
specific
really know
question.
about why it's going up the way it is, but I know
I can
it's
tell you
not.
why.
Why is that?
I can tell you why. So there is an energy war that's again, investing requires knowledge of politics. You have to know the globe. You have to know the world. Okay, so you can't be ignorant investing. If you, a lot of people, what we call retail investors, you invest off the news. You have to do a lot of research. I'm not trying to be
Research.
rude. There is an energy war going on between Russia, China, and United States right now. Okay, if you remember in the beginning of the summer of last year, we were producing more oil, so we had nowhere to put it. Oil prices had dropped to nothing. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Russia and China right now are trying to push the United States out of the oil game because we produced a lot of oil under the Trump administration. I mean, dude was digging in land that
Fracking.
he wasn't even supposed to. Okay, so
In
there's
his
an oil war going.
backyards.
Yeah, graveyards, backyards, anywhere where he wasn't supposed to, he was digging for the oil. There's an energy war that's happening, and just because it's not in the news as much, it's still going on. That's why
Okay.
gas prices are volatile. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna be honest with you, gas prices are probably gonna hit closer to $3, if not $3 a gallon by the end of the year. So right now, it'd be wise if you invest in an Exxon Mobil that's a dividend bearing stock. Okay. Exxon Mobil pays a dividend. Okay. Exxon Mobil is probably not going to go anywhere. Okay. Invest in Exxon Mobil. I'm just saying. So, again, it's about investing on Wall Street is about forecasting the future. You got to try to be like that. You have to have that forecast in the future state of mind while also knowing what you're talking about and doing that research.
Okay.
So is that pipeline that that our
Keystone
president
Pipe,
just shut down? Yeah,
Um,
is that connected to that?
it absolutely. So on the stock market, a lot of the trading is news. So if I'm not mistaken, and the brother could correct me, you buy off the what is it? You buy off the rumor and you sell off the
Tell the
news.
news. Yes.
Right. So, right now people are
Wait,
selling
say
because
that again. Buy
you
off the
buy off
news.
the rumor, you buy
And
off the
sell the
rumor,
news.
you buy off the speculation, and you sell the news. So whatever
Okay.
news comes out, people are gonna panic and sell. Okay. Prime example, GameStop. GameStop stock price was at 30 something dollars 5 days ago. Right now it's at 300 something dollars
$324.
a share. Okay.
Wow.
The rumor, they actually bankrupted $1 billion investment firm today because of that. Okay. So, it's all about the news. Okay. People are buying the shares of GameStop because the news is saying it's being sold for $300 a share. So now if you were short selling, you kind of lost because you were betting on
Yes.
that company to fail. So again, you got to learn these things. It's about educating yourself and knowing your company and knowing the market that you're in. If you're going to be in the oil market, you need to know about BP and how they operate with their safety, because if something happens with their safety record, guess what? When there's another pipeline break, their stock is going to go down because they have a history of questionable regulations when it comes to safety. You just have to know. But to answer your question, Harry, yes, the Keystone Pipeline absolutely affected the prices globally of oil, not because they don't have enough supply and demand, but because it just was in the news. That's all. Just because it was in the news. The news is very powerful, very,
Yes,
very
it is.
powerful.
So I got a question for you guys. I don't believe I've heard it so far. What caused y'all to go in this direction of learning about stocks, bonds, and investments?
Well, can I go first?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yes, sir.
Okay. Well, for me, I remember when I was in New York, it was about 2000 and maybe about 2003, maybe. And I was sitting on a bench in the park, and a gentleman came and sat down by me, and he was like, "I'm gonna give you some golden nuggets." But that was when we didn't know nothing about the stock market. and everything was on paper, you know. So if you wanted to know about how the stock was going, you had to get the newspaper and read it and try to figure out. But I couldn't figure it out. So he told me to invest in. He told me to invest in Nike, but I couldn't understand what he was trying to tell me. He told me, and that time Nike, I think, was at $4, or maybe I think it was,
Wow.
huh?
I said, wow, $4.
Yeah, $4, I think it was at that time. And he told me to invest in it, but I did not understand the stock market at that time. And because of that, I look at it now and I said, wow, I had an angel was sitting next to me telling me to invest in this stock, and I did not get up and move and did what I was supposed to do. And I guess after 3-4 years later, 3-4 years ago, it just dawned on me, like, you know what? I got money sitting in my my old job, and it's sitting there, and I need to start to figure out. So I started to do a little researching, and I started researching the stocks and learning about stocks. And the next thing I know, I just got it. I figured it out. I figured out what it is. I figured out the expense ratio, the PE, how much I have to invest. I read a lot of books on John Bogle. You know, there's a lot of books you can read on these stuff, and he would give you a little insight of how to invest. And from that's how I became more better on investing in the stock market, because after seeing what I've lost, every time
Right, the
I look
money
at
you
it
left on the table.
and I look at it now, where I could have been, I'm like, wow, I could have been so further ahead.
You would have been my millionaire friend.
Yeah.
So what do you guys?
This month's return.
Oh, go ahead, Marshall.
No. I'm sorry.
No, he wanted to know how you got into it.
I just stumbled upon it, to be honest with you. It wasn't something that I was really focused in on. It wasn't something that I grew up. I think everybody knew I wanted to be a cop when I grew up. So this is not something that I was like really. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, it's not something I really was like on. I follow politics a lot, and one senator had committed a trading crime, and I just so happened to be watching it, and the stock price had took a tumble, and I was like, oh, and I just so happened to go on an app to find out, you know, what I can do for free, because I already had like a Charles Schwab account, and I found out that I can do Robinhood, and I just sat there and tapped on it, and it's been a blessing ever since.
All right. This new thing out. Do you guys have Cash App?
Yes.
You got Cash App? Ellisworth, you got Cash App?
No, I don't have the Cash App, but I have the stock.
Okay. You got Cash App stock. So that's what I want.
Go ahead.
That I think it's called Biotin or Biocon.
Yeah.
And now they trying to get people to, when you spend, the advertisement come up every time you use Cash App, and people are showing on social media now they buying these big gold coins with the bees on there.
Oh, you mean Bitcoin?
Yes. What is that? No, this part, can y'all see it? I don't know if you can see it. It's showing, like investing for everybody. It's showing General Electric, Walmart, Coca-Cola, but then it showed those Bitcoins. Y'all know anything about Bitcoins?
Maybe Mr. Lane can tell you.
Sorry, y'all. I'm on a work call. So
we was asking about the buy it coin. I guess it's called, the nickname is Bitcoin. When you go on Cash App.
I'm gonna be honest with you. In my personal opinion, I stay away from Bitcoin. It is way too volatile.
Very volatile.
And so there's a lot of variables that go into Bitcoin. You know, people have to dig for coin. It's a lot of stuff that, if you're not as tech savvy and understanding, which I am not, I barely know how to work this phone sometimes. I'm telling you right now, you're going to lose money. Bitcoin is an attempt at as an attempt to eliminate the dollar, eliminate cash, okay, to have everything going virtually. And it's been expedited due to the pandemic. You know, you don't want to do hand-to-hand contact. A lot of people will say that cryptocurrency is where it's at, but again, it's volatile. If you like to live life on the edge, hey, go for it. You know what I mean? You know, go for it. Me, I want a 2-story bedroom somewhere. I want to be planted on the ground. I do not do Bitcoin whatsoever. I'm not built like that. I don't. Plus, I'm petty. I want my money back. I'm a sore loser.
Yeah.
All right, then let me ask you guys about some stock that's popping right now. How about Zoom? Zoom is up to $378. Zoom good?
Yeah, Zoom is very good.
Okay.
But yeah, as you can see, the situation we got now has made Zoom fly off the charts.
Yes,
They're making money.
yes.
Because of the
The
situation.
pandemic, yes.
Yes. And so I think it's a little bit overpriced right now.
Yes.
It's way overpriced, I think, but it's a good stock.
You see what he just did? You see what he just did? He said, I think is overpriced. That's a part of his mental research. He was able to come up with a number and adjust it to what he felt like it was because of his knowledge. That's the type of stuff you have to do off the top of your head when investing. We agree. Way too overpriced. But I'm just saying, you see what he just did? You got to be able to know your
He
market.
put some thought into it.
There you go. So he was able to give
I
you
did
an
a lot
answer
of
immediately.
research on it.
Research, there you go.
All right. How about Netflix? Netflix is $545 right now.
That's another one.
I'm ready to turn my Netflix off because they keep showing the same movies.
But they're gonna make money because nobody can go nowhere.
Yeah.
Can't go to the movie theaters. So yes, they're gonna make money right now until we get this problem fixed. Then
so we could go back
Netflix
outside. Okay.
Netflix is oh, go ahead.
No, because I was going to ask you another stock. So give your Netflix information.
Netflix is the flagship of the streaming services. Everyone has followed Netflix's lead.
Yes, they have.
So be prepared for Netflix to phase off because it's going to be that new thing. It's like MySpace, then it became Facebook, then it became Twitter, then it became Instagram, you know? So, you know, Netflix is nice, but you heard what you just said? I'm about to get rid of it because they keep showing the same content over and over again. But then you got Disney Plus, and then you got whatever Peacock,
BT
Plus.
Yes.
You got BT Plus for real?
Yes.
HBO.
Oh, wow.
HBO.
So the market that they are in now is saturated, and it will continue to be saturated. When they were the only competitor in the market between them, YouTube and Hulu, oh man, you know, Netflix was amazing. It's about doing your research. Now you want to see where they're moving in the future and how that trend is going to be profitable for them. That's all that is. You got to follow the trends and how it's going to be profitable for them.
Next one. So follow the trend. Facebook, $268 a stock. I heard Twitter is going away. I don't know. I guess this is the rumor. Twitter is being bought out by Facebook. So Twitter is going to go away.
Twitter ain't going nowhere. Twitter ain't going nowhere. Let's make that clear.
Make too much money.
Yeah, Facebook is the Amazon of social media. They are here to take over. Mark Zuckerberg is here to take over. Okay.
Yes,
he is going to buy out all of these companies and make it a conglomerate. Okay. Facebook, in my personal opinion, right now is valued at where it's supposed to be. It will go up in the near future because it's probably going to be Facebook TV. You know, with these tech companies, it's not traditional. They will step out of their market boundaries and try to explore. You know, take Elon Musk. Elon Musk has Tesla, but now he's into space. What car company do you know goes into space? You know, so they will bust out of these markets. And I see Facebook, in my personal opinion, in the future becoming something of like a Tesla, where they're going to, Mark Zuckerberg is going to step out of the market of just social media, which he has already done in a sense, you know, and making it to something more.
All right, so we all know Amazon is up to $3,000 now. What do you guys think about Carnival? Carnival cruise ships is $19 right now.
Buy,
I'm not touching cruise. I'm not touching it.
buy.
Ellsworth,
Buy.
that's a thumbs down.
I'm not buying it right now until we get this in check. Then I'm gonna say yes. But once we get it in check, oh yes, it's gonna go because everybody gonna want to go everywhere.
That's why I say buy now.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
say
true
buy
too.
now
But
because I say buy now because if they were going to go bankrupt, they would have done it last year. They haven't gone bankrupt. They stay solvent.
Yes.
That's one thing. The stock price is dirt cheap. If it gets any lower than $19, you're still in the stock. Get it now because it's going to fluctuate, but get it now because in 2 to 3 years, that return is going to be, I'm going on a cruise. You see what I'm saying? And I don't do boats. You know what I mean? And I can swim. I'm going on a cruise because I've never been on one. It's going to be millions or close to 1 billion people who are going to want to travel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Airlines, anything dealing with a travel and look at it this way: the travel and leisure economy has tanked. It's tanked. Millions of jobs lost globally. When it's time to rebound, it's going to rebound hard. You just have to be patient. Be mental. Be patient. Buy Carnival. Buy Southwest Airlines. Buy United Airlines. I don't know about American, but I'll say buy American because American Airlines because it's low, it's cheap, and people are going to be flying again. I'm just taking cruises and rendezvous all across the world. I'm going to Greece. That's why I'm taking my cruise. Buy.
Okay.
It's volatile. Yes, but 2 to 3 years, you'll be thanking me.
I believe it could be as early as this summer because Dr. Fauci was saying that he believed that between the end of the summer and the beginning of the fall, that we can start possibly going towards normal. So if he's saying that now, people are probably already starting to buy those trips for the end of the summer and the beginning of the fall.
Man, people wouldn't care if we had a vaccine. It could be 1 billion people die in a minute. Man, look, I'm gonna take my fight. Be one dead happy person. And again, when it comes to investing for Americans, you got to understand how powerful the American dollar is. We are the global currency. So when an American government official says something, the world listens. Okay, so when Dr. Fauci says something like, the Americans we're going to be able to do X, Y, and Z, the globe reacts. So he was able to say that probably overseas. They're preparing for Americans to come. So absolutely, you got to be prepared. Absolutely.
All right. Now our last stock, yes, we're the pastors and we're asking about cannabis. I see.
Yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
No, because there is a difference. I learned that there is a difference besides the marijuana part and then the hemp part, which is the non-narcotic.
The ones you buy in pill form.
So the Aurora ACB, that's $11. And then the Canopy Growth is $39. And I think that's the one that they're calling the Snoop Dogg. I guess he got something to do with it. So what are your guys' intake on cannabis?
My personal opinion.
Wait, let Ellisworth go first. Wait, come on, Ellisworth. What do you think?
I had that a couple of years ago, and then I got rid of it. But it's here to stay. And once these states start implementing, saying it's legal to go, I think it's going to start to go off. It's going to start to just blow up after that. But once these states start to say they're legalizing marijuana, then I think after that, yes. So I think yes. Okay. I would say yes. Invest. It's a good investment, but it's going to take a little time.
Oh, be patient.
Yes.
All right, Marshall.
Look, I'm trying to become a millionaire off this weed, baby. Yeah. I'm trying, I'm trying to be like Pac-Man Jones. No, let me stop. I'm being honest with you. I think with the trend, I looked at Colorado. And Colorado, in tax revenue alone, in their first year of legalizing recreational marijuana, made over $1 billion that goes directly into their coffers. With the economy the way it is, with states not having any money, they are going to expedite the process of legalizing or decriminalizing marijuana in the near future.
It's the money. That's how they're gonna make it.
It's all about the money for them. And let's be real, we are people of color. When the people of color were doing it, it was illegal. And now that the melanin-free or melanin-recessive individuals are out here attempting to get the tax revenue off of it, they're going to legalize it because they have lobbyists like we didn't have. They have money like we didn't have. So you have to follow the trend. It will be legalized in the next 20 to 30 years federally, where the federal government will not have any hand in it. What you have to, I guess, the moment you know weed is good is when the feds insure the money that's going to go into the banks from the legal cannabis profits. And that's when you know you're going to have a market that's good. So I would say invest in cannabis now. Don't just invest in any cannabis company. I specifically picked Aurora Cannabis because of their marketing, but also because of where they're located and because of how much experience they have in that market. And
is that the one that's here in the States or that's the one in Canada?
That's
Aurora
the one in Canada.
is here in the States?
Aurora Cannabis is in Canada. Yeah, and they have, they hemp was very legal in Canada, so they have decades of experience in producing, manufacturing, distribution. Excuse me. So I would say for anybody, here's a hint. In the United States of America, you need 2/3 of the states to ratify the Constitution, okay, for something to be legal. You need 2/3 of the states in the United States of America to legalize marijuana, and then the federal government has to be pressed to make it legal, okay? A lot of these states like Ohio, Nevada, California, Washington, are legalizing marijuana statewide. You really don't need that many more states to legalize it. Once that happens, that's why I said, I'm gonna say 10 to 15 years, because these states are gonna realize they need that income like Colorado did. The moment they do that, I'm telling you right now, dispensaries, armored trucks, groceries. No, I'm serious, because hear me out. In Colorado, that legal money is that money that you make in the state of Colorado for marijuana is not insured by the federal government. So they cannot put it in banks. So you now had to have weed banks. You understand what I'm saying? So they have to have weed banks, and they have to transport the money, because you cannot transport the money in a Brinks truck, because a Brinks truck is insured by the federal government.
The FDIC,
so,
right?
So you literally are creating an entirely new market off of marijuana. Now, the moment that they legalize it, okay, and they said, yeah, you could put this money in our bank, which they will, that market then will be grandfathered in. Now you can market a bank that specifically tends to marijuana growers and marijuana sellers. Now, and if you're FDIC insured, well, now you already have a market. You already have a clientele. That's what I'm saying. It's going to, next 10 to 15 years, marijuana in the United States will be the new McDonald's, where you can go to a dispensary on the corner and grab an ounce.
Oh, God.
Go through the drive-thru. Give me a hamburger, French fries, and a nickel back.
Look at what law enforcement is doing. They're trying to prepare a portable marijuana testing kit. They're literally prepared for people to be inebriated on the road, because they're preparing for it. They know where the trend is going. Follow the trend. They know that people are going to be smoking weed on the road. Once it's legal, let's get a testing kit, because now it's going to be nationwide. So look out for the testing center, the testing kit company that will be making these tests. You can invest in that. If it's a publicly traded company. If little things like that. You know what I mean? 5G. You want to invest in some 5G components, because 5G is going to take over 4G. You want to invest in little things like that. 5G caused Corona. I'm not going to get into that.
No, that's just something that I heard in the air. All right, we have one more question, and I'm going to let you guys go because I know y'all have to work. We had a question about EFTs. Could y'all just speak on a little bit about the EFTs?
Oh, that's the exchange traded funds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, I would say, yeah, they're good. They're good investment to do. If you don't know how to pick your stocks, you could pick a S&P 500, and that's 500 stocks that you could pick
Yeah.
from. They will pick for you, and you just put your money. You just pick that stock and put your money to it, and you don't have to worry about it. You got Apple, you got Facebook, you got Google, you got Walmart, you got everybody in that stock. It's just one basket full of all of the companies in one basket. So
So you think,
if you don't know how to pick stocks, I would say that would be the best way to start.
so for a beginner and I got $100 and I just want to get started, do
Yes, I would say yes.
EFTs. Okay.
EFTs,
ETFs.
ETF,
It's ETFs.
ETF. I'm sorry.
exchange.
So that beginner that has $100 from both of you fine gentlemen, what would you suggest to him? To spread that $100 out, or to take that $100 and put it in one big spot?
Well, that's
I
what
would,
this, if you do the ETF, if you want a little bit of everything. Go ahead. I know what Ellisworth going to say because I know what he taught me. Go ahead, Ellisworth.
I would not put all my money in one. I wouldn't divide it all up into one, because I don't think I'm going to get much money for $100.
Right.
If I buy 100 stocks, I'm only getting $1 per stock, and every stock that I got is only going to give me a couple change. Than if I pick one stock. If I pick one stock going to give me more money than having it divided up into 100 stocks.
Right.
You know. So if the 100 stocks is only giving me 60 cents, that one stock is going to give me $3. $3
Right.
is better than 60 cents.
Yep.
Amen.
You know, so
Amen.
so that's why I said you don't try not to stretch your money. If you're gonna buy a stock, if you only got $500, find 3 stocks that you like the best and stick with those 3 stocks.
Yes. Yes.
You agree, Marshall?
Absolutely. I would never look. I would never put 100% of anything into anything. That's why I ain't got no girlfriend right now. I do everything everywhere. All right. If you want to take
Oh,
All the
Jesus.
ladies that's watching, he's available.
Oh, Jesus.
no, I ain't available. I'm just saying. Available, but don't put all your money. It's like the saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket. You're going to be sick when you lose. You know, if you diversify your funds, you know, try your best to do so. I have one thing I do want to say, and I think it's very important. Research. I cannot stress that enough. Research. If you've heard everything that we have said here, do your research. I have a website that you can go to. I'm not plugging it. It's not mine. I ain't making no money off of it. But if you want to learn about stocks and bonds, they have a simulator where they give you $100,000 in simulated money, and you can invest that in actual trades and how the market is actually trading right now. The website is investopedia.com.
Can you put that on Facebook for me, Marshall?
I can absolutely put that on Facebook.
Weeble does that, doesn't it?
See, I'm not on Weeble.
Okay, Weeble, I think you can do that also.
Okay.
You said it's called Investopedia?
Yeah, I just put it in the
Okay.
In the thing. But yeah, Investopedia in the chat. Yeah, my bad. And they have a stock simulator. And it's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I did it when I was in high school. But again, yeah, to in the beginning, hop on. Don't put all your money into one thing, man, because you'll be sick when you lose.
Thank you. And I asked that just for the novice investor, that may come in to a stimulus check or some other type of check, and want to invest in something. Because like I've been talking about it for years, and I'm so honest. I really want to invest in like 2-ply, because that's something that people are going to continue to use, because nobody want to get no doo-doo on their hands. So you know, toilet paper is something that everybody gotta use
Right.
constantly,
And it's
constantly,
not gonna get
constantly.
played out.
It's not gonna get played out, you know, so, you know. So if I did that, how often should I add my money to that?
Like Ellsworth said it earlier, every time you get a little
Yep.
extra, just, if it ain't
Throw it
nothing
in
but
there.
$10, just add $10 to it,
Yep.
$10, you
$100
add up.
to it.
No matter what, if you do your research and that stock and that company is a great company, if the stock goes down, don't get dismayed, still invest. Just keep
Yeah.
on investing. You're just getting it for a cheaper price. That's all you're doing. So when
Okay.
it goes up, oh, your money is going to go to the moon. So
Mhm.
just you know, and I said, don't get dismayed and think, oh my God, my stock went down $50, my stock went down $100. Still invest. Just invest.
Yes.
If you invest, I guarantee you in the end, it's gonna come right back and double what you lost, or maybe
Gonna
triple.
be worth it. Okay. Well, we want to thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
This has been a wealth of knowledge, So any final words, I'll give you guys a chance to, when we walk away, and for the people that's watching and that may watch later, what do you want their takeaway to be, Ellsworth?
I just want them to don't be scared, do research, invest, find if you can't invest in a particular stock and you don't know which one, just pick an ETF and ride that ETF until you learn a little bit more about individual stocks. And then from there, you can pick individual stocks after that. And basically just invest and put your money into the stock market, invest and let it do its thing.
Let
and
it
you're gonna be
ride.
better off in the end.
And the Bible says, testify to what you know. So I can testify to the information that you just shared. You shared with me back in 2019, and I have absolutely no complaints. And I've been sharing that with anybody that want to listen.
But if I may say one more thing, you know what the Bible says when Jesus was telling the story about the three men, and he gave them talisman.
Yes, gave them
Mhm.
talents. Yes.
Yes. And one took the talisman and hid it, and the other two invested it.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
basically the same thing. If you don't
That's
use
right.
your money and just bury it, it's not going to do nothing for you.
Right. Right. Putting it under the mattress ain't helping no more.
Do nothing for you.
Can't grow.
That's right. That's right.
I said it can't grow. You hiding
Can't grow no, exactly. So Jesus was trying to tell us something here. You know,
Amen. Amen.
Marsha.
I would tell everyone to make your money work for you. And, you know, you work all your life to gain it. At some point, you want it to work for you. So invest wisely. Do your research. I mean, honestly, you know, if you invest arbitrarily in a company because it's doing good right now, then you lose your money the very next day, you're going to be upset.
yeah.
And, you know, you're going to be looking at the people who gave you the advice, like myself and Brother Esmond, like, you know, they told me to do it. No, we said do your research first. And
Your
then,
research
you know,
first.
and then invest on your own volition. Because at the end of the day, I'm not an expert. I'm a guy who invests like everyone else. I'm a retail investor, pretty much. The second thing I would truly want to say to everybody is be mentally prepared. Okay, everyone thinks when you invest in the next 2 to 5 years, you're gonna be sitting in a mansion with a Ferrari, you know, with gold links. No, not at all. You know that's if you get lucky.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Yeah, you're not going to get rich overnight with the investment. You're not JP Morgan Chase. You know, you're not Wells Fargo. You are you. And if you don't have the capital to invest to make those type of returns, look, you're going to be looking at substantial margins of return. Okay. I will also say the most important thing is always buy when it's red. Okay.
Yes.
Because you're
That's
getting
what he
it
said.
cheaper
Buy
than
it
what
when
it
it's
was.
red.
Buy when it's red. Yeah, it may be higher than it was yesterday, but it's lower than where it could be or where it's going. buy when it's red. Meaning, if the stock is red and the triangle's going down and it's something you like, buy it. If it's 1 cent cheaper, buy it, because tomorrow might be 3 cents more. Okay. So that really is it.
Well, here's my recap of what I'm taking away, and I hope somebody else can learn from this. Investing is mental. Buy when it's red.
Yes.
For beginners, use the ETFs. Never invest everything into one pot. The example was, if I got $500, find at least 3 stocks that I want to put it in. And the stocks that was recommended. Also learned that there's 11 sectors, 11 stock sectors, not just the 5. Pfizer, Exxon and Mobil, United, Southwest, and Carnival. Oh, and the last one that I already knew, but want to make sure everybody else know, use the commission-free trading platforms, especially the ones for beginners. We don't want to be giving away money. We want to keep all our monies to help make money and not give it away.
That's right.
So, but before we close, I got a few investments for everybody that's watching. I like for you to invest in. It might not be on the stock market, but it'll be a benefit for many people. We have an investment that we're starting that's called SOS. It's saving our
Saving of souls.
Saving of souls. And for just $21, you can get $21 a month. You can get $21 a week. You can get $21 for the year. And it'll be a blessing to help us, be a blessing to others, to be able to help those that don't have anything when they reach out and say, can you help me? That we can bless them, because we had people ever since we started this investment plan that has been reaching out saying, can you help me? And there's so many things that the government has set up that's shutting down, and so many people that need help that when they reach out, they can't get it there. So by them reaching out to us, we have the opportunity to be able to bless others. So this is an investment that will be able to not just flourish in your bank account, but it'll flourish throughout your lifetime of just being able to bless the church of God with just $21. That's
and where it will go to is our community outreach program that help single parents. We give out food, clothes, furniture, pretty much, and a resource to help those that are in need. And that information is on the board. And we got a couple people that wanted to say thank you. Deacon George Boston from Philly is on. Elyada Walton from here in Charlotte. They all said thank you so much for this information tonight. And guys, if y'all want to put in y'all contact, I know Marshall is on Facebook. Ellisworth, I don't think you are, but your wife is on.
Yes.
No, he said no.
But is there information you want to leave so that people need to reach out to you for additional?
Nope.
No, yeah. You can contact my wife. You get to me.
So you don't get it tonight, you don't get it at all.
Play the rewind. Again, thank you guys so much. It has truly been a blessing. Both of you guys have been a blessing to our lives, and we're glad that you came on so that you could be a blessing to these other people that's on. Thank you again so much. Thank you, Facebook, for watching, and listen. Invest. The money is out there. Let's get a part of this American, what they call it, the piece of the pie, the American pie.
Just like the Jeffersons, they say, finally got a piece of the pie. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. We thank you all. We thank you, Marshall. We thank you, sir, for being a part of Mr. Ellisworth for being a part. Our Bishop Tito Saunders said this was some excellent information that you guys has shared with us on tonight. And if you're not busy on Sunday at 10:30, come through and help us celebrate New Hope Fellowship Tabernacle with Pastor Cedric Johnson. And listen, I got another investment, y'all, for everybody that's going to watch. This time next week, this fine, beautiful lady beside me will be celebrating another year of
Oh, I
life.
thought you was
And
gonna
if
say
you
that.
want to invest, I'm not gonna tell her number because she said she's been 27 since I known her. And I think she was younger than that, actually, when I know her. But this time next Thursday is gonna be her birthday. So let's invest in her. Send your gifts. Send your gifts. If you want to be a blessing to Pastor
All right,
Stacy
cool. Don't make this a church commercial. He making this church commercial.
next Thursday is her birthday. And I'm just asking all
You
the
said you
wonderful
wasn't
people
gonna
out
sell
there.
us on nothing.
I love her so much. Be a blessing to her life. Let's thank God for another year, another life that God is blessing us with. Because in this time of Corona and COVID-19, we've lost so many people. So when we got a chance to celebrate life, let's celebrate life. This is for everybody that's on now,
Hey, man,
or that'll
you know,
come
you take my
later.
pins.
Let's
Yep.
celebrate life. So
And Clover, thank you for sharing your husband with us tonight.
thank you, Clover. Appreciate it.
Love y'all.
Love you.
Love you too. Look, he got to get to work. All right, Ellsworth, good night.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Good
sir.
night. Good
No
night.
problem. Anytime.
All right, good night.
There's always hope.
And new hope. God bless.
Peace.
God bless.